Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather today. I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin. I'd like to talk about the weather health risk for December 1st, 2025. We do keep additional graphics at tpatw.com. And if you do any Amazon shopping, we have a storefront, Patient Weather, on Amazon, and you can support the patient weather by doing your purchasing through our site. Looking at the surface map for Monday morning, it's rather free and interesting. You'll notice that high pressure is actually dominating 3/4 of the country. However, pressure is falling on the backside of the high, up and down the plains into the Mississippi Valley, and there's a massive swath of unsettled weather, literally east of the Mississippi in the eastern half of the country. Looking at our vitality index, you can see we're keyed to the Four Corners, up and down the plains in the Mississippi Valley, and in the east across the Carolinas and then through New England. Looking at pressure change, because this is the one element that many people say impacts both their headache and their arthritis. You'll see we have rising pressure in Southern California, Southern Nevada, and across the Four Corners. We have rising pressure across Maryland into eastern Pennsylvania, and then up across New York, New Jersey, and all of New England, and all of the Canadian cities running all the way from Windsor to Ottawa. You'll note the low pressure, the falling pressure, which is really the backside of that massive high, stretches all the way from Texas to North Dakota, up the plains, taking in much of Montana, and then a little east you go from Louisiana to Mississippi, up across to Tennessee and Kentucky, and into Indiana, and up through Wisconsin and Minnesota. The heart of the pressure falls is in the Dakotas and the Minnesota-Iowa area. Looking at temperature change, and of course we're talking about very low temperatures across much of the country, but you'll notice that the colder air is even being reinforced again here through New England. But note, with the low pressure on the backside of the high, meaning southerly flow, you'll see we're picking up temperatures in West Texas and up in the northern plains, running from Montana across South Dakota into Iowa, a little bit of warming. The moisture pattern follows very much the same thing. You'll see we have falling dew point temperatures here in the Four Corners, falling dew point temperatures in New England, and a lot of moisture increasing up the plains in Mississippi Valley all the way to Montana. The vapor pressure map is really just confirming that pattern. Looking at the change in availability of oxygen in the atmosphere, again, we'll see that we're following the pressure pattern closely, especially here in the Four Corners, but in picking up Southern California, Southern Nevada. The heart of that is, of course, in the Four Corners, right through the heart of the Four Corners. Note the significant change in POI, or the risk of migraine, stretching from South Carolina across eastern North Carolina, then into New Jersey, picking up parts of Pennsylvania, but really massively covering the swath of New England and those Canadian cities right along the border. You'll notice the arthritis and asthma is really with the low pressure areas, but the most significant areas of the change in atmosphere of oxygen for the risk of arthritis and asthma is here in West Texas, here again across Louisiana and Mississippi, and significantly across Iowa up into South Dakota and picking up Montana. So the really entire heartlands of the country are arthritis and asthma risk for tomorrow. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Your comments are appreciated. If you hurt, tell us where you're at. And if you're shopping on Amazon, do your shopping through the Patient Weather storefront there.